Lisa Hoffman, the homebody realtor, and one of my favorite Halloween activities is carving pumpkins. And I found that the secret to carving pumpkins is to not cut all the way through, to actually leave a little bit of the wall that it can diffuse the candlelight within, and that really makes it pop. So I'm going to show you how I do it, and hopefully you have the same results. Start by prepping the pumpkin. So basically you're going to go through and you're going to cut the top off. You want to make it wide enough so you could put your hand in and make sure you clean it well and clean out the inside. You want to make sure all the seeds are gone and all the little stringy parts are out. So once we cleaned out the pumpkin, we have all the gunk in here. We set that aside. We want to make sure it's a nice clean top. We're going to prepare our stencil. Now if you've never done this before, I highly suggest going online and printing one out. This was a free one off Pinterest. They have very detailed ones that you could buy for like $1 or $2. What you're going to do is you're basically going to take a stencil knife. I guess you can use, a razor blade box cutter as well. And you're just going to cut out all the shaded area. So once we have the stencil fully cut out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the pumpkin. I'm going to tape it down. And then I'm going to take a Sharpie and I'm going to outline where the cuts are so I know where I'm going to cut in a little bit. Okay, so once you color it in, you can take off the stencil. This kind of looks like it. It's not great. It doesn't have to be perfect. You could do just the outline if you want. Here, I kind of just shaded so I know where to cut. It's really, just for you so you know what to cut. Then it's time to actually make the cuts. So I like to use clay tools. You can use a small steak knife and a spoon if you want. I find it hard to do, especially if you look here at some of the thin details. So with the clay tools, you're gonna go in and you can kind of even here, you have to really go into the pumpkin skin. And traditionally people think you cut all the way through. The problem is if you cut all the way through, one, it's kind of super bright when you put the candle in, but two, especially areas like here where you have big spots, you're gonna see that candle inside and it's gonna be distracting. So I found if you do, I call it shading, which is basically, you're gonna take out the top piece of the pumpkin, so you're gonna take out the wall, and you're gonna carve down as much as you can. The further down you get, the better it's going to be. And I use, all different tools for this. And you kind of just scrape it out. The further down you get, the more light will come through, and you want just a little bit of the, wall left on the inside of the pumpkin, and that's going to diffuse the light, and it'll give you a really awesome looking pumpkin at the end. So once you have it all carved out, you just have to add in the light, put the top on, and turn off the lights. There you go. Have fun carving and happy Halloween.